Gary had to go to Lowe's. So guess where I'm going? To Lowe's. So let's go check out their garden department and see what they've got. I haven't been there for a while. And see if there's anything I need or maybe something you need. He's very serious when he's driving. We're here. Let's go take a look and see what they've got. And you know they got chairs. They start at $15 and go up. So please try to get chairs secondhand of people giving them away. Let's see what they've got. I think I've got 10 minutes. Oh. Okay, so now we know how much the stepping stones are. $1.88. Doesn't matter what color. The AstroTurf looks like something you'd rip out. It probably would grow back. All right, so they've got tomato plants on sale. Look at this. I didn't know that. $2.50 each, so you don't have to buy 4. You can actually just pick out what you want. Do they have something I want? Large cherries. You know we have so much all over the garden right now. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California. Let's look at their vegetables, but I want to go in and look at flowers. Oh my goodness. $10. Now, keep in mind, all this can be propagated. Wow, but that wouldn't grow long like that. It's going to get overwhelmed in the pots. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Japanese cucumbers, zucchini, all these are... Okay, it's one pot, and then you got to go through and see if there's extras, and then you got to be careful separating them, because if you don't separate them, you lose the plants. In other words, if they don't separate good. They've got watermelon, and they've got Jubilee and Crimson. Gee, I don't see Sugar Baby, but I've already got all this. That's what I really wanted to grow. This is what I think I had when I was a kid. They were giant, but again, I was little, so everything looked big. But I remember they were giant, and they were the sweetest things you would ever eat. But that was so many years ago before they started all the monkey business they're doing with them now. So I know I can't grow them because it has to grow like in Ventura. I used to go with my dad because he worked for a pickle factory. It was my uncle's. And we would take the truck and go up to the farms. And it was in hot areas because they really need a lot of warmth in the summer to grow. But oh, they were the best watermelon. All right, so got different plants here. It's kind of like our geranium. I'm not buying that today. Large tomato plants. Do they have a price out of curiosity? They're afraid to give you a price. $20. Okay, that's not bad. St. Augustine grass. This is grasses. And okay. Oh, let's look over here. You know, it's really weird, but I've got strawberries coming up with red flowers, and I don't remember buying them. So I'm not sure where they came from. All the large plants are $20. I've got eggplants and different tomatoes. Peppers. Now, I'm growing a ton of peppers, but I'm trying to think of a pepper that's not too hot. I used to grow Fresnos. The Fresno pepper was really nice. It wasn't too hot. Ornamental. So some of them are more for ornamental because they look pretty when they grow. You can eat the ornamental ones too. Well, at least most of them. Sweet peppers. Early Girl. What are these? These are, again, they're all the same. So it's one small pot for $5. And that's not too bad if you can separate them. Like this one, a tomatillo. One plant. Oh my gosh, mine come up like weeds. They may not be really big, but they really grow good. Little Bing. Little Bing. I bet you it's a patio one, which stays really small. All right, let's go look inside. I got roses. I love roses. My favorite flower has always been carnations. I think because we grew a lot when I was a kid. Okay, so the hanging baskets are $24.98. Those are $16.98. They got something over here for $10. Wow, they have a lot of flowers. Must be those up there. I've got those plants. I forgot what they're called offhand. We can go look. They're coming back right now all over the deck, just on their own. Okay, they're not exactly the same, so that's not it. I have a different one. I don't see it here. It's coming back. Okay, a lot of them, these are bulbs, I believe, a lot of these. are these Cactus? They are Cactus. Okay. Same thing I'm growing, but a different type. The one that Gary grows is edible. That's why he bought him. Let's zip around here. More tomato plants. Oh, geraniums. I guarantee you I've got those. Why? Because they're so pretty. And then we've got hibiscus over there, $13. Small, tiny pots. I've got hibiscus growing. Oh, lantana? Because Gary is always telling me, you got to get this out. It smells. Yep. Grew up with this as a kid in Los Angeles. It was everywhere. Very different. I've got this in the front yard, I think. But I'll tell you something. If I don't, I saw it coming up somewhere. I could go dig it up. How much are they? $9? I'm going to go dig it up when I get home. If it's still there, I want it. It's mine. It came from my yard. It's in the street. Okay, let's zip through and try to get through everybody. We're going to go this way so we won't be in the way of anybody. Okay, let's see what they've got. Geraniums. Little geraniums. $3. You don't know really what type they are. Little red geraniums. More lantanas. Oh, I can't get over that $9. I think Gary kept taking it out, and then now I don't see it. Is this cute? For the rain, I believe you put it by your gutter. I think, yep. Oh my gosh. Look at the bird one. How much are they? Okay, never mind. They're $30, but cute. All right, so they got a lot of soil. I don't know how much time I've got. He's doing his holy mackerel. Elephant food? What are they feeding this thing? Wow. If it... Okay, I must be reading that wrong. It says 130. It says $130. I mean, it's for the planter, but wow, I wonder what they fed it. Let's go up and down the aisles real quick. I would tell you I'd come back on my own and do it with you slow, but here's the problem. I'll talk while we're walking through. I am crazy busy doing all kinds of stuff. I'm doing stuff that you guys don't even know about. And I don't know if I should wait and talk about it later, but I am literally working around the clock. And I really enjoy gardening. And I know a lot of you have asked me, why don't you just turn on the camera and water or do something? I do that sometimes, but then I usually, tell you something. I don't want to just put on a blank video with nothing there. Let's see. Oh, they got a clearance section. See, this is elephant food. That's normal. I don't know what they did to the other. It must be a cultivated one. So I came up with an idea that's going to be very different. I haven't announced it, so nobody has found it.
Which is good.
But I opened up another channel. It's ours. It's still on us. I've actually separated a few things, but it's not going to be like we do. I'm not talking. I'm not doing anything. I'm assuming these are half price. I see slashes. So it might be something fun for you to look at, but I want to see if you can find it. Nobody, I guess about 32 people as of this morning, it said found it. Look at this. Let's see. Is that beautiful? This is a sweet potato, I believe. This doesn't say half price. Trailing, oh yeah, sweet potato. This is, I believe, mainly ornamental. I don't know if I can ask her, but it does say clearance. Are these all half price? Even if they're not marked? Okay, if they're not marked. Okay, thank you. Sorry. So she's on the phone. I didn't want to bother her. Okay, so only the ones that have a slash are half price. So anyways, it will, if I continue it, here's what's going to happen. It's strictly going to be stuff that I record for myself. I do a lot of recording to remember things. And sometimes it could be for part of my video. Sometimes I record it and look at it and go, nah, do I want to narrate over it? Nah. Instead of tossing that out, I'm going to put it on there. So it's going to kind of be a really quiet thing. All you're going to hear is nature around me. And if you like something like that, check it out. Please don't unsubscribe to this one and go to that one. But if we get a lot of subscribers on there, then Gary said he will upload a lot of his videos. Gary has a ton of videos. I gave him one of my tablets and I wanted to keep it because it was a 2 terabyte. And he said, oh, I've got a lot. Look at that. He said, and I said, I'll fill it up. I said, how can you fill it up? You don't do any videos. He's got a quarter of it full already. So he told me I can go on there and just take all his clips. He records things so he knows from the past what he did. The same thing I do. If I go plant, let's say I was going to do this petunia and I was going to go, I think it's a petunia, and I was going to go plant it. I may do a recording of it so I have the date, the time, how I planted it, what soil I used. And this is for me. Well, there'll be a lot of stuff like that you'll be able to see if you want. It might be interesting because I might do things that I forget to tell you I'm doing. So anyways, that's just it. Oh, look at them. They must have nests here. Look at them. Okay, so they got pots. I don't see a lot of bird nests here. All right, I don't have a lot of time. He's got a big project. We have a water leak under the house. So he's going to, you know what? See, stuff like that, I've always told him, why don't you record that stuff? Nah, nobody's going to want to see it. You know, some people want to sit back. They don't want a lot of noise. They don't want to hear me talking. They don't want to hear anybody. And they just want to watch somebody do something. Beautiful. I think I lost my last blueberry. So if it works, and there's a lot of subscribers on that, you guys want to subscribe to that, then I can just go onto his tablet and say, hey, what are you doing with this video? If he tells me nothing, you can have it or do what you want with it. He's actually openly told me to go check out the tablet and put up anything I want. You might get a kick out of some of that stuff. You might think it's silly, I don't know. But it's just something that won't take a lot of time. A lot of people don't realize that whoa, look at her mouth full of insects. Is that, oh, she's got a nest in there. Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Oh, her baby. Is that her baby? She's building it. No? What? Okay, let's zoom in for a minute. Oh my gosh. Too cute. I don't want to bother her. They don't even have a sign here. I guess if they have to move things, they just do it. I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, I get so enthralled in nature, and especially here. This is just wonderful. The reason they have this issue here and Home Depot doesn't is there's a lot of hillsides around here and it's open land and it's grassy and they have places to go find food. So they go find food there and then they nest here. Why not? And why are they going to nest on open plains over there when they can come here and nest among the flowers and the plants? And I think that is so cool. So that's what the birds do. But anyways, he did tell me I could take anything. And you're going, why aren't you telling us the channel? Because I don't, oh, that's what I was telling you. A 15, 20-minute video on some videos can take as long as 5 hours. I've got some videos I've put 30 hours in, which Gary told me, no, you put 60 hours in. So it depends on if I'm doing drop-ins and, you know, looking for old footage. That takes me a while to find sometimes. And so, geez, I can't get over this. They're feeding it something. So anyways, I'm talking too much about that. So let's get back to here. There's nobody here. Wow. I was worried. I told Gary they might be busy. So they've got fuchsias, $7. Holy mackerel. Don't know what that was. Some sort of alarm. Okay, I bought this last year and it's coming back. And they had the 3 colors. They had the magenta, the yellow, and the orange. And I really should repot it. I will tell you that all the little pieces that fall off of this, here it is. No, there's no name on that. Anyways, all the little pieces grow. I've got it growing everywhere. and it's like a moss rose. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, it's growing everywhere. So you can take pieces off of that. And I read online, there was a lot of YouTube channels when I looked it up when I first got it. Don't water it. If you overwater it, it's going to die. Let me tell you something. If it doesn't get enough water, it's going to die. And here, it's covered. If it's underneath shade cloth when you go into Lowe's, that means it needs somewhat shade. Doesn't have to be shade, but not the strong, full sun all day from morning till night. So I've got mine out in the sun. It's doing okay, but I keep it well watered. See, they look similar, but this is a completely different plant. This one, see, the leaf is different. This is like a succulent, but this breaks a piece off and they'll grow. So you can start a whole bunch of them right away. Look at that. And here's a small one. How much are the small ones? Okay, let's see if we can get to it. Purslane, that's right. $8. Gosh, and I have so many of them growing and I'm not even bothering with them. Beach bum. Isn't that beautiful? Hummingbirds would like that. It's not tubular, but they still would like that. So anyways, let's try to walk through a little quicker because when he comes, like I said, we have a water leak. Oh, blanket flower. Oh my gosh, the easiest thing to propagate. For me, the hardest thing to grow from seed, these are single plants, aren't they? Boy, they're tight in there. Yeah, it's one pot. Boy, are they gorgeous. I would almost buy another one just to buy. Isn't that gorgeous? Keep deadheading them. The moment the flowers open and start to lose their petals, and they will grow so quickly. It's silly to buy another one because I already have them growing in the garden. But they're just so beautiful when they're just in flower like that, which mine are. Look at this. It just glows. Geraniums are amazing. As far as feeding birds, no, but it gives them cover. Even for hummingbirds, they like to land in there. There is little, there might be a little bit of pollen on there, but as far as nectar, no. What really seems to pollinate them, I never did tons of research on it, are moths at night. You will see the moths all over that. So there's something they may release at night. If the moths don't come to it, then they don't seed. And they're really hard to find seeds. So usually the flowers just fall off and they're not seeding at all. But I have had some seed, that in the front yard. I had a pink one and a salmon one. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in. Where'd he go? The daddy of somebody. I did have one seed in the front yard and it ended up pink and red, kind of a salmon-y color. So you can cross-pollinate them quite easily. So nothing as far as clearance right now. It really does look beautiful in here. Look at that. There's really nobody in here. Oh, there's a few people coming in now. Okay, roses, $40 for two, 20 bucks a piece. Oh, cool. Wouldn't the birds get a kick out of that? Why does it look so bad? Okay, I have to remind myself we don't have that kind of money, but that is really cool. Maybe one day. Again, I bought a bunch of plants and I've got to get my plants that I've got at home planted. And once I get those planted, then it's open season for me to start buying more stuff. I'm doing great. I've set up a new tomato garden. I don't know why. After I took a walk down the Gary's garden, a week ago, and found tomatoes growing everywhere wild, but I still set it up. I'm still working on that. Then I've got my trough that I set up, and that is gonna do really good. I'm gonna have more tomatoes than I need, but let me tell you something. I'm gonna call it, it was supposed to be an enchilada. I went to make enchiladas, got everything prepped to do it, no big deal. I'm really quick in the kitchen. I really one day have to turn on the camera because I'm not a chef, I'm just a cook. And I don't have any salsa. No salsa. What the heck am I gonna do? I got everything ready, the meat and everything, the cheese. So I made my own, but I made my own out of frozen tomatoes and it was amazing. I told Gary, if you can't eat it, don't worry about it. We can always compost it. He loved it and he only wants me to do it from now on that way. The healthiest stuff from the garden. I had the salsa made in less than 5 minutes and it came out wonderful. He said, think of it as a casserole, because I kept saying, But it's not an enchilada. It's just apple ice. These are another one that you can just clip off pieces. Not edible, but wow. But he loved it. He said, from now on, he wants me to do that. So now I have a new salsa I'm making. Really crazy. Oh, gardenias. Smelling them. Gosh, is that good. Love the smell of flowers. See, in the beginning when I started gardening, 7 years ago, 8 years ago here on YouTube, I used to say, which I don't do anymore, if I can't eat it, I'm not growing it. Now, I don't care. I'm past that. I'd only buy it if there was something absolutely different that I don't have. See, there's a salmon color. I had one of these, similar to that, with I think a light pink. Well, it turned out very similar to this. I had a deeper, no, I don't have it, it's not the same. I had a reddish one, and then I had a pink one, and it created a beautiful flower. I'm not quite done. Did you get your stuff?
Yep.
Okay, so you can fix the plumbing?
Yes.
Are you going to record it under the house? Can you set up a camera and record it under the house? Is that possible?
I could. It's a tight space.
I'm not crawling under there.
Okay.
That would be, I have mentioned our new channel, but I haven't said what it is. I don't know if it's silly or not.
Okay. Go on.
No, that was it. I was just thinking about it. Go ahead.
I just want to check on something in the store.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I'll be back.
Good. I have more time. I don't want to hold him up because, like I said, he's got a lot to do. And when we got water leaking at home, not bad. He said, the meter's not moving, so that's good. Then then he's got to get to the store, so I know he's got his parts. He's going to go home and do it. He does everything, literally. You know what aggravates him more than anything? This is an indoor plant. I've got this growing inside. What really aggravates him is when I hire somebody to do something, but I can do it. He's one person. Believe you me, I would like to have 4 or 5 of him, and he doesn't want to pay somebody to do something he can do. But the problem is, till he would get it done and do everything else that needs to be done, it just doesn't work. You know, this turned out not to be a tour through Lowe's. It turned out to be a chit-chat on what's going on. Well, think of it as friends. We're talking. I'm just sitting here complaining and telling you what's going on. No, he just doesn't like me. Oh, wow. I'd be tempted. I know they need a lot of water, but that's not a bad price. Like $2.50. Oh my gosh. This is what I love. I had them growing and they eventually died out. They'd grow and they'd be purple and blue. They're so beautiful. It looks like something like I'm growing. I mean, mine are called jasters. I don't know what they call these. They have a million names because there's so many different types. But they're doing really good from seed. How much are these tiny ones? $3 each. No. So anyways, that's the problem. He doesn't like me to hire somebody. And when it comes to plumbing, he can do it himself, though we have hired off and on. It's like, but I can do it. He can't. He literally, you know what he wanted to do once? I'll tell you what he wanted to do. He wanted to buy a piece of property, and years ago, you could buy a piece of property for like $50,000. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen it cheaper. And he wanted to build a house. So I called the city and I said, my husband wants to buy a piece of property. You can build your own you could build on your own property, but when you hire somebody, you have to be licensed. So they said, that's fine. I said, all right, and is there anything I need to know before he does something like that, or we think about it? Yeah, the law at that point was the house had to be finished within a year. Well, that's not what he wanted. He wanted to do it slowly paced at his pace because he has so many other things to do. So that was scrapped right away. See, this is solar. I have the links inside my description. You go there and you touch the title, and then you'll see it come up a little bit. There'll be another word, more. You touch that and it should open up with the links. Now I have the good fountain and they're like $10, $15. And then you can I buy all my fountains on eBay. I think I bought one on Walmart, but eBay is where I get my fountains. I don't know why that's the only one they sell. I've heard people say, oh, they're no good, they break. They don't break. People don't realize they got a piece of dirt stuck. And I showed you in so many videos how easy it is to fix. I get thousands of people telling me, oh my gosh, I threw some out, or, you know, one of them stopped working, and I can't believe how I just did what you told me to do, and it's working like mad. Yeah, because there's nothing in there to break. Literally, there's nothing in there. If you've got super hard water, yeah, it might stop working after a few years, because, oh, I like that. Because the thing is, it might build up hard water, which I have still taken apart and scraped out, and it works great. So they're great, the solar fountain kits. And they have a long cord, the other ones. And then you can just put the fountain in the shade, but the panel itself, you make sure it reaches sunlight. Or if not, you can get one that uses USB. So you just recharge. I'm going to kind of scoot around this person. Thank you. Just see what's here. I don't think we walked down here. And then look at the pots. I will say that Lowe's has got an amazing selection of pots. A little pricey for me, but they got the trays underneath. You can get trays, dollar stores, if you need a tray. Look at the pots. Ceramic. So really, if you're thinking about setting up a solar fountain, get the kit with the panel, put that in the sun, put your bowl in the shade if you want, or put plants around it. Buy some plants. Oh, wow. Just put some plants around it and the birds will love it. Can you imagine having a fountain set up and they could dive into something like this? Oh, wow. Must be a honeysuckle. Oh my goodness. Crossvine, tangerine. Oh, $35. Okay, if I can get all my plants planted, I would think about something like that. Look at this. All right, so I think we've gone through all these. We have. Gary's gonna come back. I don't know where he went. He said he had to go look for something. Yeah, nothing here, no Kufias. Notice no Hummingbirds lunch. Last year I got bat face here. On there, I'm still growing those. I have not propagated those. Really should. It's just when you start to propagate, you got to remember to keep up with it, because if they dry out once, you will lose them. Okay, I don't know where he went. Oh, wow. Look at that. All right, so I think we came through here. Yes, we did. Let's look at the cactus, and then we can wrap this up. You know, I thought I was coming in here and doing an 8-minute video. So I told Gary, 8 minutes. He knows me better. Okay, so $2.50 for teeny ones. $4 for a pot that's a little bit bigger. See, little bit bigger. These are really tiny, but they'll grow. And then look at that, it's flowering.
Hi, honey, are you finding everything okay?
Yes, thank you.
That's good, Melanie. What is that? How cool.
You don't want to be on camera, right? Okay.
I'm doing $29.
Oh, no. Thank you, though. They're walking around selling air conditioning and different things. All right, so these are $5. She's never seen a camera before. She said, oh, what do you have? Look, these have eyes. They'll be watching you. Is that funny? I've seen them do that before. Okay, so that's their cactus. Let's see what they've got back here. Look at that. Yeah, I've got a few succulents around. I'm not real big into them, only because I don't have the time right now. Look, a little 4-pack. What's your price? I don't need that. It's just interesting. Okay, well, a wildflower mix. I don't think this is all seed. What this is it's a bag of whatever they're using. It could be soil, and then you spread it out. I'm not saying I haven't had luck with these, but I had bought seeds from 99-cent store years ago and Dollar Tree. I did end up with the pot marigold, but that was it. Nothing else really grew. That's why I like doing individual seeds. But like I said, I did get the pot marigold, so that was it. Potting Miracle Grow potting mix. So 1 bag, which is 24 quarts, is $11. This is why we make our own soil. There's nothing wrong with buying some if you need it, but every leaf that comes off your plants is making more soil, and if you throw it away, you're throwing away your soil. This is nothing. This has just got forest matter. Can't turn. Gary, are you looking for me? You know what, real quick, can you turn a bag over? I want to see the ingredients on that, even though we know what it is. Every leaf you throw away is part of your soil, and if you make your own soil, look at this. This is what's in there. I don't even see it. Where is the ingredients? And they did put some potash in there. It doesn't really see anything. Oh, they put peat moss in there. Forest products. That could be anything. Leaves, branches, wood chips. I have no idea what that is. Wood chips. And then they go ahead and let it rot down. You can do this yourself. And with leaves, it works quicker. You're done?
Yep.
So I guess with that, maybe we should say goodbye. You want to say goodbye? You're not buying anything here?
No.
Do you need, let me show you the flowers real quick by your ponds or something. Because right now, they're over there. They're $2.50. Are you looking for any flowers?
Nothing in particular.
I just don't remember them ever being that cheap. They're $2.50 today. Nothing we need?
No.
Because that's a good price, isn't it? But they need a lot of water, I believe.
I don't know. They're a South African plant.
I'd be almost tempted to put one in a pot. I thought these are around ponds. I might be thinking of a different one. Look how beautiful they are.
Well, these are called panthers. Yeah.
They get really
Pretty
big.
big.
How would that work in the bird garden? Because I bet you the hummingbirds would feed on this like mad.
That I don't know.
How many are in here? Oh, they're still growing new flowers.
There's the flowers.
Maybe you can lift that up for a minute. I don't know what the regular price is. Oh my gosh, they're $7 a piece.
Okay.
I didn't realize $7, and today they're like $2.50. I might get one. I mean, we're here. The hummingbirds would love that. Oh my, why does this flower look different than the others? Besides, there's 2 spikes coming up on that one. Maybe I should get that one. I was looking at this. You're gonna look up and see what it needs. You know what, Gary? He's looking it up. You know, for this price, for $5, I'm gonna get 2. I'm gonna get that one because I like the looks of it. No, I have to plant something else. I know I shouldn't buy one that's open because they won't last, and I hope they're not treated with anything. A lot of this stuff has warnings on it because the fertilizer they use have a lot of, they do. They've got a warning on there. I mean, it will be okay, but which ones would you get if you got any? I like that one. I got to get them out of their pots and into my soil.
Well, see this one here, the flowers haven't quite opened yet.
Yeah, the problem is, and we know it, they can go into shock and not open up anything. You know what? Maybe I should get that one. Grab that one, and I'll take that one too. For $5, I can get 2. I can afford $5.
Which one?
That one, the one you picked up with the whole bunch of flowers that haven't opened. I mean, there's a lot of them. Look at this. Is this one plant? No. No, these are all separate. Is it simple to grow?
It's drought tolerant, and yes.
All right, then take that one, and I'll get 2. So let me say goodbye and wrap this up so I'll get those home. So I can't do this. Hold on. So I ended up, I'm getting 2 plants. I didn't plan on that. Now I have to plant something else. So I hope you enjoyed this about our life history and what stuff we're doing. On our new channel, you're going to let me go into your tablet and pick out whatever I want, pretty much?
Sure.
Should we tell them the name of the channel? Now, if you think it's silly, please tell me, because I won't be really answering a lot of questions there because I want to devote my time to Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy. But the main thing is, there's so much footage we have, I thought I'd just upload it. New footage. I don't know if I'll put anything up really old, but maybe I would. And it would be more, you would actually see us physically working. I hope it's not silly. If it's silly, tell us and we'll remove it, whatever you think. But he's letting me get into his tablet. You've got tons of stuff. I told him, you took the one tablet, you said you needed 2 terabytes, and I can't believe it's getting close to half full. More than a quarter?
Yes.
All right, you're not looking at the camera. All right, so why don't you tell him the name of it? Oh my goodness, you don't even know the name of our new, yes you do.
Lettuce Be Gardening.
I came up with that years ago. I grabbed the website, never did much with it. And I just kind of a play on words. Lettuce, B-E-E, gardening. In other words, let us be. We're working. We're only going to be gardening during this time. And that's what's going to be on there. Let us be gardening. So if you want to find it, look for it. Good luck. I think right now there's one video I did. It was literally me working in the garden yesterday for an hour. Anyways, I got all my ginger and turmeric done, which was really good. And that's it. So with that, have a wonderful day.
And don't forget to eat what you grow.
Bye-bye, everybody. He's in pain. He's been under the house working, and it's literally a crawl space. All right, well, we're on our way home now.
And that's why it's called a crawl space, because you have to crawl.
Yeah, I don't know if you have room for a camera. Okay.